Baby, Nuck if you buck, huh? How about that? About to play that song. But if you are over the age of 21, grab your favorite glass of wine. Let's have a grown folks conversation. I don't even feel like doing my normal intro because it's just one of them days that's just like, ugh. I'm just like, actually, it's been a long week, a week that's very interesting, not feeling so great emotionally nor physically. So it's been a little crazy. However, I do want to get my thoughts out about Draymond. I recorded a video a couple days, well, actually not a couple days ago, after the incident happened in Phoenix. I recorded a video and then I recorded another one yesterday and I uploaded it to YouTube, and then I took it down because, well, not took it down, but made it private because when I listened back to it, I was like, it sounds like you are making excuses, man. And I don't want my message to be misconstrued. So I want to I'm re-recording this because I want to make it clear that yes, I'm a fan. I'm not about to stop being a fan because of all of this. And no, I'm not about to call him an idiot and this and that. Like, I'm not about to be like these media people and the Twitter finger crew and YouTube, IG, Twitter crew. Like, I'm not about to be like them folks. I'm still going to support Draymond. But just because I support him does not mean I agree with his actions. And I do think that he needs to be held accountable by the Golden State Warriors. And they need to give him an ultimatum, starting with Steph, Clay, Steve Kerr, Michael Dunleavy Jr., like all of them need to give him an ultimatum. If you continue to act like this, you will no longer be a part of the Golden State Warriors nor the NBA, because this is getting out of hand. His antics are getting out of hand. Now, not all of his antics were him being the aggressor or instigator, I should say. He was being aggressive, but he wasn't the instigator in some of his antics, which is why I don't hold him hostage or crucify him for some of his reactions. Because just like he ain't the only person that have reactions to folks undercutting, not necessarily undercutting him, I shouldn't say that word, but folks doing stuff to him, baiting him into getting suspended, ejected, and all of that. Is it smart for the opponent? Then it's smart for them to do it because they know he's going to get. They know he's going to react. However, my message to Draymond as a fan, I will say to you that you have to be more strategic and smart with your decisions, in-game decisions, off the court decisions, in practice decisions. You have to be smart. I feel as though you need to pick your battles. That's the philosophy I go by. I pick my battles. I always tell myself and my friends who ask me for advice. And the reason why I think Draymond's situation hits close to the heart for me is because I have a cousin that's kind of out of control, kind of like how Draymond is, in the sense of some of the decision making, like hot-tempered, I should say, not necessarily out of control. Well, it is somewhat out of control, but his hot temper. And so it hits harder than most situations, because I don't think I reacted to a lot of his antics like this. I do curse at the screen, the TV, and all of that when he's being demonstrative to the refs and stuff like that, because I'm like, this is not the time to do that. Like, don't get attacked. Like, let's just play the basketball game. without getting so demonstrative to the refs. But what I will not do is throw the book at him and say he don't belong in the game, and if he wasn't on the Warriors, then he wouldn't be a great player and stuff like that. And the whole comment of everything, I don't know if this is true, so I'm not going to say that this person said it because I don't know if it's true. I wasn't there. However, this whole notion that in theory that people keep saying, if he wasn't on the Warriors, then he would not be the person that he is and so forth, knowing he's not a good player, blah, blah, blah. I call BS on that because he won gold medals, not with Golden State players. I think Clay might have been on one of the teams, but Steph never been on them teams when he was winning gold medals. So I call BS on that, and I hate when people say that because at the end of the day, Draymond's game is going to be Draymond's game. Whether it be tailored or not, he's still going to be effective at what he do. As folks who's been close to him, Draymond is a winner. He knows how to win. He knows how to adjust his game. Now, he may not know how to adjust, or I'm not going to say he don't know how to because that's a cop-out. He chooses not to adjust his attitude, temperament in the game when he's dealing with other players and so forth and on. However, side note, quick, one of my biggest issues with the NBA league is that it's a double standard. Golden Hoops, King Swish, anybody else on YouTube that play or have videos of all of the NBA heated moments, NBA fights, I've seen a lot of players on there that should be on a quote-unquote repeat offenders list, but they not. And that's my biggest issue, and one of the reasons why I think I rally around Draymond just a little bit more is because it does come across as if he's being treated unfairly. Now, granted, he has caused a lot of this. He has caused... he's not innocent when it comes to the reason why the NBA throw the book at him. He has made these decisions. He made this bed. He got to lay in it. He got to deal with the consequences. Every action has consequences. Draymond has to come to the realization that he can no longer do the things that he was doing before. He has to stop. Like I said before, Golden State, starting with Steph, have to give Draymond an ultimatum. You have to stop. One of the things Kenyon Martin said, I think when the Draymond and Rudy Gobert situation happened, or maybe it was before that, maybe it was the ejection with, I don't know. One of them times Kenyon Martin on Gil's Arena said that David Stern called Kenyon Martin into his office, and he told him, hey, son, if you want to continue to be in this league, then you would change your behavior. So I think Steph, Clay, Joe Lacob, Kerr, Michael Dunleavy need to tell him the same thing. If you want to continue to be a part of the Golden State Warriors and the NBA, you got to change your behavior. There's a way for him to be more strategic and smart with getting the refs to call the foul initially, so that he does not have to react. That's number one. Number two, I feel like there needs to be an intervention. Like, I need Steph, Clay, Kerr, Looney, Michael Dunleavy. I would call in Rasheed Wallace, other players that he respects, Kenyon Martin, somebody like that. Like, call them in and have an intervention, have a sit down. Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, like, sit down and have a conversation with him. Now, one of the things I do want to not see when he comes back, whenever he comes back from serving his lifetime sentence, so to speak, quote unquote, being funny, being sarcastic, I should say. One of the things I really wish that Golden State will not do, please don't put a microphone in his face. Like, there's nothing else he could say. Like, at this point, don't put a microphone in his face in terms of when he comes back and having media talk to him. Like, let's go away from that. Can we just remove that altogether? Don't give him the option to have a conference when he returns. What else is he going to say? We don't want to hear the apology. Draymond, the best apology you can give is change behavior. Point blank and period. The best apology you can give is change behavior. Outside of that, there's no more words. There's nothing else you could say to the media, to us as fans. There's nothing else you can say. You apologizing, it's just words. It's hot air. That's it. It's nothing else you could say. You have to get back on the court and deliver. You got to get back on the court and do what you're known for. Defense, and you are shooting lights out for the most part when it comes to your three ball. You improved your free throw percentage this season. Like, you were doing great when you were on the floor, but these antics, sir, you're too old. You're about to be 34? You're too old. You're about to be in your mid-30s, sir. You got to put those childish ways to the side. You are not your mistakes. You're not your mistakes. You can make the changes. And one of the things you have said out your mouth before, particularly in 2022 in the NBA Finals and during that playoff run, you said out your mouth, you're not going to let no man stand over you. You're not going to let no man do certain things to you because you have kids. Your children are watching. Draymond, your children are watching when you are going over the top with these antics. You have to be a role model for your children. I ain't talking about nobody else's children. Your children. Your 4 children. Your 4 babies. Your four babies. You got to be a role model for them. And what you're doing on the basketball floor, decisions on the basketball court, those split seconds, your decisions are impacting not just your team, your organization, but it is impacting your immediate family. If you don't change for nobody else, please change for your children. Just change for your children. They got to see that. And then you got to go home and explain that to them. And if you get into, and the last thing I would say, I'm still going to be a fan. I'm still going to root for you. Yes, you may be wrong. I'm still going to root for you because I still believe that there's some good in you. There's still good in you. I still see potential in you. I still see greatness in you. It's just that you are allowing these antics to overshadow your shooting percentage. Like, you're having a good season outside of these you being suspended, you being ejected. You are having a good game. You were having good games. It's like, come on. Why are you letting the bad overshadow the positive, the good? Like, I really want you to think, come on. You getting too old for this. You pushing 40, sir. Come on. You can't be acting like this. And granted, I said before, I'm generally open-minded when it comes to certain things you do because I'm looking at the whole picture. What happened before? Because again, I'm not the one that's going to judge other people when I know I made mistakes in my life. I'm not interested in people calling other people, judging other people when they've done similar things, worse things, or their hands not clean. Like none of us. There's the Bible verse and it's an old proverb as well. You should not throw stones when you live in a glass house. So I'm big on that because I know for me, I try. I'm not perfect. I try my best to treat people and look at people the way that I want people. I want to give people grace because I will want grace if I mess up. And I don't want people to expose me and continue to talk about me when I make mistakes. So I'm not necessarily going to always throw them stones. When I live in a glass house, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And I just, that's my take, my stance. And like I said, I'm still rooting for you. I'm still a fan. I'm not going to stop being a fan. And I appreciate all that you've done for the Golden State Warriors. I do not want to see you on any other team. I don't. But I do want you to make changes. Again, as a fan, we can still support you as a person and we could still root for you, but we could also still want you to do better and hold you accountable. Again, I adore Steph. I don't want to use the word love because I do that too often. I'm trying my best to stop saying love because we as people throw that love word around and it should be sacred. But I adore Steph. Like, there's nobody in the NBA that I adore more, that I root for, that I hold dear to my heart than Steph. Clay and Draymond come second, and they are neck and neck. I don't love Clay or Draymond no more than each other. I love them equally the same. But Steph is head and shoulders above everybody. But even when he's turning the ball over and stuff like that, I want him to be held accountable too. When he's missing defensive assignments, I want him to be held accountable. Again, there's a way to be there. The real fans can be supportive of somebody and not like their decisions. I'm not going to throw away people just because they doing something I don't agree with. Now, if it's morally wrong and is if it goes against my moral, then that's something different. The situations that he's doing on the basketball court, I watch Golden Hoops. I watch King Swish, I think is his name, or his or her name. And I've seen countless of quote unquote, repeat offenders of heated moments, fights, and dirty plays that people talking about. I've seen other players do this. So if we're not going to hold and crucify these other players, then I feel like we should not necessarily crucify Draymond. I just want us to be fair in our judgment. Is Draymond innocent in the scrutiny that he's receiving? Absolutely not. He's brought it on himself. Like I said before in this message, and I'm going to end on this, he has made these decisions and he got to lay in the bed of these decisions. And that's on that. Have a good night and talk to you all later.